World Book Night was launched in the UK last year. They organized a big book giveaway there, and it went so well that they obviously the term world was in there. It was aspirational, but they came to the US. They've got Germany lined up, and World Book Night was also a spin-off of World Book Day, which is already on the books as UNESCO national worldwide event. But World Book Night was intended to have more of an adult flavor.
Because World Book Day was primarily for children's books, is that right?
In the UK it is. Actually, way back, long story short, World Book Day is a tradition in Catalan, Spain. It's the anniversary of Cervantes' death and Shakespeare's birth and death. So in Spain, they actually give a book and a flower on April 23rd. So, and World Book Day has evolved around the world. It's mostly a children's event. This is intended mostly as a high school and up event.
So World Book Night is an opportunity for people to give away books to, as you say, reluctant readers?
Yep. Reluctant is one where we've actually light or non-readers. And what you said, the key thing is people. We want people to go out and do this themselves. This isn't, we're not hiring, street-side giveaways like, water and, perfume, but we want people to embrace the book, get 20 copies of a book they love, and then go out that day to a place of their choosing. It can be in public, but most people, I think, will go to a school, nursing home, VA hospital. The range of ideas is a bit extraordinary. We want librarians, bookstore clerks, authors, publishing house employees to be part of this. Most of the givers will be members of the public, but we'd like a very solid core of librarians and booksellers to be their stakeholders in this. They're good, passionate, describers of, I hope you read this book.
And do you think maybe 10% is your goal to get?
10% would be great. It'd be a fun core of people to be involved in this. And as I mentioned before, we want this to be year-round. And I think a lot of the givers probably have Twitter accounts and Facebook accounts. But when they get home that day, we want them to go online and share it. And librarians have a huge social media platform. So as a practical matter, we want the stakeholders involved. And as a publicity matter, we want the librarians to embrace this and tell all their friends for coming years.
So in addition to being givers away of books,
right,
then the librarians can also have their library serve as a drop-off point for the books when they're shipped.
One thing the UK did, which we've adopted here, is the box of 20 books of that one title don't get sent to the giver's home. They get sent to a bookstore or library of the giver's choosing. And the intention there is also to just go visit a library. If you haven't been in a while, go check it out. If you're a regular patron of the library, go in and thank them for being a part of it. So librarians are also individuals acting in this, but also institutions where the books can be picked up at.
And you have 30 titles, is that right?
30 plus one is in English and Spanish. The Juno Diaz is in English and Spanish, so 31 titles.
And so a book giver can sign up for one or three of
they make
choices?
First, second, and third choice.
Okay.
We would like most everybody to get their first choice, but it may not be the case.
Mm-hmm. And the big deadline for this is February 1.
Yes, it is. So depending on when you're seeing this, it might have I need time to process all the applications, notify the people, have them pick up their drop-off point, and generate something that Ingram Book Company can bring in to label the cartons to go out.
So as you said earlier, I think Ingram is doing most of the shipping or all of the shipping?
They're handling all the shipping, and United Parcel Service is paying for some of the costs.
Mm-hmm. Now you mentioned Germany, but is that something that's going to happen next year, or are they participating this year?
They're participating this year very wisely. They, in the U.S. we launched, and I was hired, and I had to start the entire process. In Germany, they picked the books ahead of. They made us all in place beforehand, and then they announced. The global owner of the brand. It's their idea. They've actually hired an international consultant to manage when that starts. The one person in the UK is like me. We both are working some long days, rewarding days, I might say, but very long days. And the notion, she's already been very good advising me on things to do here. As more countries come on, we're not actually going out, but companies, Australia, Canada, other countries are inquiring of them. And there's a blueprint and a license agreement. There's practices. We want to protect the brand. Other countries must do it roughly the same way we're doing it, but thank goodness the international effort is not mine. But I feel the pressure. If it goes well here, other countries will hear about it and say, we should do that too. Carol Fitzgerald of bookreporter.com created a countdown clock to put on your website. We want libraries to, on April 23rd, World Book Night, there should be no bookstore or library activity that day. People should be out in the community. But the week before, we'd like bookstores and libraries to bring in their givers, meet with them, talk, share, find out where they're going to go, and maybe even find out if one of them be willing to follow by a camera crew, and come back after and share experiences. It's a pretty packed week, but I think between Twitter, Facebook, Flickr, there are ways to extend the life of this world beyond this April 23rd into next year.